Previously in the Brotherverse.
A winged figure dropped onto the spire, and with it came the darkness. It might have this talisman that you say you seek. You see piles of gold, and sitting on the throne, a dark figure.
I really want that gold. Have you ever seen Aladdin?
Who disturbs my slumber? My name is Zoo, the Golden One.
You feel your blade just sink deep into his chest, and you see his entire body crumple to ash. The head transforms into a gigantic black dragon.
So you had to make me take my true form. Now you will really see the power of Zoo, the Golden One. Now you will really see the power of Zoo, the Golden One.
And he makes a big blast with his wings of air towards you. And everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I get to use my danger sense here, or am I too out of it to...
Yeah, I would say you could still use it.
I got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Yeah, Orc, you're just so loosey-goosey from all the drugs, you're just like, whoa! It's like
Apparently, I got a 25.
25? Okay. So, Yenri and Orc, you hold your ground. Puff, you fall down and, roll 15 feet back and then catch your balance, but you're prone right now.
Oh, no. I'm turtled.
Mm-hmm.
What has Hologram Zoo been doing this whole time? Just watching, chilling?
Oh yeah, Hologram Zoo disappeared when the pole was pressed. Well, when you chopped him just now, the other one disappeared, but he was just kind of floating there, not doing anything.
Just watching.
Yeah. Hey, master. But yeah, so it is Zoo's turn right now. So he reaches out to Yenri, and he takes one of his big claws, and he goes to hit you. Oh, shit. And he swipes his claw at you, and it seems like he's still getting used to being in this dragon form again. So he totally misses you and hits a bunch of gold that sprays against the wall, and, the gold just bounces around everywhere, and a couple pieces just goes and hits him in the eye, and you see him just blink and rear his head up and scratch at his face.
dumb dragon.
He's so scary in his true form.
Yeah. Shit. Not how I want you to see me.
Look
I'm
away.
A really good dragon. That was really unfortunate.
I'm a big scary dragon.
Okay. Next would be Yenri.
Okay. How's Orc looking right now, by the way? Does he seem like he's totally not under the... How do his eyes look if I look at
his eyes look normal now.
Hooray.
Oh. But he's still under my control.
Okay. I'm gonna try... Is there possibly a pile of gold to my right that is far enough away from Orc and Puff that I could crouch behind the pile and cast Thunder Wave and just try to shoot a pile of gold at the dragon?
Yeah, I would say there's plenty of areas like that.
Okay. I'm going to run over to a pile of gold and basically dive behind it and then cast Thunder Wave at an angle where I just want to try to shoot this pile of gold in the direction of the dragon.
Okay, cool. So you go and run behind a pile of gold and make whatever rolls you have to do that.
That's a 13.
A 13? Okay. So you create this giant ball of thunder, and you see all the gold just go Mach speed at him, but it just kind of plinks off of his chest, and doesn't really seem to do anything, and he just narrows his gaze at you.
And then I run to another nearby pile of gold and hide behind it.
Okay. I'll say you have partial cover. That's fine.
Cool.
Okie doke. Puff, make a move.
Okie dokie. Dragon on dragon action.
I see we are equals now.
Yes. I puff out my chest. And then I'm going to use... I'll use Firebolt again.
Okay.
That's a 7 on the attack roll.
Okay. So you do that, and where were you aiming?
At his face.
Okay. So you cast it, and like he dodges out of the way, and the firebolt goes right past his head and hits the giant statue that's standing behind him, kind of up where like the arms are holding out the sword and the scale, and it hits the sandstone sculpture and just cracks a bunch of stone off the chest, and it falls down to the ground by the throne.
Oh no.
And he is okay. So next would be Orc. So Orc, first you got to make I guess like...
I was going to say, one other thing, Ryan, you can choose to end that spell, I think, on Orc.
Oh shit, yeah, I meant to do that.
You could do that.
Retcon.
My concentration
Retcon's
was
fine there.
lost.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Where am I?
Oh, actually, like when you got hit and got knocked back and like rolled back from the wind, that probably would have broken your concentration.
Yeah.
But either way, we'll say it's over.
My mind is not that strong.
All right. I'm going to just swing my great axe at him again.
All right, and you're still in a rage right now.
Yep. So
You remember how to
That's
make an
a-
attack roll?
24.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
This time I do.
All right, yeah, that definitely hits him.
Oh, yes. And I got a 18 damage.
18? Damn. So you are just like bulging with muscles right now, and you take your axe and you swing it at his leg, and as you do, you see it just rips through his shin, and this like puff of like gold smoke and ash erupts from his leg, and he screams a bit as it happens, and you've left a pretty good gouge in his shin bone.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. So next is Zoo. So he looks down at Orc and he tries to hit you with one of his big claws. And what's your AC?
It is 17.
17? Okay, so he reaches down, he swipes at you, and he hits you like squarely in the chest.
Oh.
And you take 13 points of damage.
Yikes.
And
Oof.
make
Tit
a
for tat there, eh?
yeah, make a dexterity saving throw too.
Oh, no. That's an 8.
An
Oh,
8.
but is it one where I can use Danger Sense? Do I have advantage?
Yeah, that is true.
Well, still an 8.
Wow, glad that worked out. All right, yeah. So you're hit and you're knocked prone.
All right.
So Yenri, you're up next.
Yeah, 10.
I'm going to peek over the pile of gold and say, Zoo, who are you? Why are you doing this? What brought you to this place?
Ah, an opportunity for exposition.
That's right.
It's like I was a dragon from the far north, and I came here to build my hoard. This was the richest city in the realm, and so I came here to put its citizens under my spell and collect their riches from myself. And you have disturbed my plan of living in eternity in a pile of gold.
well, hopefully, more than just disturbed it. Ended it. And is he flying right
What? No, he's on the ground.
now? Okay. I don't have anything cool enough to actually end him right now, but that would have been a cool thing to say if I did.
Yeah.
I will
But-
end you.
Yenri pulls out his trump card.
Yeah. I'm gonna take out my 50-foot rope and use Mage Hand to try to have the rope go over to him and try to wrap around his muzzle to just like rope his mouth shut.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want this
That's-
thing breathing fire.
All right, you could try to do that. That's going to be a pretty hard dexterity check.
That's fair. Okay.
Let's try it out.
It is a 16.
A 16? Okay.
Yeah.
So you go and your mage hand comes out with your rope and it flies across. How fast can mage hand move?
Good question.
Does it have a movement speed?
I don't know. A hand vanishes if it is more than 30 feet away from you.
Okay, this is going to be more than 30 feet.
So if rope just flies out from me
Falls.
and then drops to the ground.
You just did a ribbon attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rope.
10. 10.
Is this a present? Is this a present of rope?
I guess. I mean, I already did it, so
Tie it around
that's
your
what
mouth.
happens.
So Yenri points at the dragon and says something epic, and his mage hand flies out with rope and then disappears, and the rope falls limply to the ground. And the dragon looks confused. Like if you can read the facial features of a dragon, it's confusion.
If Shrek taught me anything, it's that you can read the facial features of a dragon.
It's true.
If you can read the facial
That's-
features of an orc, he's also confused.
Yeah.
It's just like I wanted to be Spider-Man, if only for a moment.
Yeah.
I tried to shoot my web, and it did
I just like to
not
think
make
that
it.
your companions are looking at you like, what the hell, man? Like, what was that?
Sorry, I forgot about the distance.
Yeah.
And then I continue
right.
to hide behind my pile of gold.
Okay. Yeah. So next is Puff.
All right. Is there what's above him? What's above his head?
The two hands of the statue holding like a scale and a sword.
The sword is above him?
Yeah, the sword is above him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm most definitely going to use magic missile on the hand that is holding the sword, or the wrist. And I'm going to try to use the sword
Okay.
that is above him.
Do that.
Oh, please, 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 please. I've never wanted something to happen more.
What's above him? Oh, not much. Just a chandelier made of harpoons pointing downwards.
Well, that seems useless. Moving on.
Oh, what an unfortunate thing for me to put there for myself. Man.
All right, I got a 24 on that attack.
Whoa.
Well, it's magic missile, so
nice.
it's automatic hit.
Well, I got 24.
Don't take that away from me.
If I had to roll for it, it would have been a really good roll.
All right. That's 11 points.
Okay,
Attack
so
is.
your magic missiles go up and you see the first one hit and it creates a crack in the wrist, and then the second one hits and it cracks more, and the third one hits and you see the wrist break off and the sword falls down on top of the dragon. And Zool looks up and
Zool?
the sword just comes... Sorry, Zoo, not Zool.
There is only Zool now.
Zoo looks up
There's
right
no
as
more
the sword falls on him, and he takes... A lot of damage. I'm not going to tell you how much damage he takes, but you see the sword's like made of stone, and you see it come crashing down on him and just break over his head. And you see all of the veins, like the gold veins around his body, just all like light up and pulse really fast. And a bunch of like gold, like ash flies off him again. And he rises up, and he looks pretty battered right now. And he looks a little like he's trying to get his senses back. So next would be Orc.
All right. I am going to throw some rope because I assume Yenri has a plan.
Join me, brother.
Oh my god.
I certainly
Oh my
do.
I'm just
Don't worry.
kidding.
I'll just kill this dragon.
I hope you
while
guys figure out.
Wave your.
I
your
really
ribbons
hope
around.
you figure out some clever way of using this. That would be so amazing.
Oh, the gears are spinning. Let me tell you what.
Oh my god, that's so great.
Weave them together to make a bigger rope.
Yeah.
I assume you're not actually doing that.
I kind of want to. And then just give Yenri a thumbs up like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
No.
Please do that. All right, you said it. I'm taking that as truth. So Orc reaches into his bag and pulls out some hemp rope, and he just like throws it out on the ground next to the other rope, and then he turns to Yenri and gives a big thumbs up with these rage-filled eyes.
Yeah?
And I look back with very wide eyes and shaking my head vigorously, like, no, what the fuck?
Well, you did it first.
I know. What I did was not good, but you have just doubled down on a not good idea. And then
Oh my
I
God.
start thinking vigorously.
Is that my whole turn?
You can move, I guess. You're prone right now too, so I'm guessing
Oh,
you at
yeah.
least stood up. So you can move like 15 feet, basically.
Whatever. I'll stay here.
Just plant. All right. So next is Zoo. So he regains his balance, and he spins around with his tail to try and swipe Orc. And he just, like, as he's spinning around, he hits a giant pile of gold and just sort of loses his momentum, and he sends gold showering across the entire battlefield. And right when that happens too, you guys hear like a rumbling, and a couple pillars of fire erupt from the floor of where you are fighting and break through the stone. And everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
16.
26.
18.
Hell. What?
Okay, so you guys all dive away from the flames as they erupt from the floor. And then the pillars kind of just like stay there for a moment, then come back down, and you start seeing that the floor around you is starting to like crumble into these holes that were just created. And next is Yenri.
Okay. Is tying a rope an object interaction?
Yeah, I would say it is.
Okay.
Goddamn rope business.
So I will assume that how Orc threw his rope, the ends of them are landed fairly near each other.
Sure, why not?
Okay. I'm going to run out towards the end of those ropes and tie them together, and then cast Mage Hand on the end of my rope and try to run along with it so I stay within range of this Mage Hand. So run towards the dragon and tie it around the end of the hand that's holding the scales behind the dragon.
That's like way up in the air. The mage
Oh,
hand
how
won't
far?
be able. It's probably like 90 feet or like 60 feet off the
Oh,
ground.
God.
Like it's pretty. I mean, he's 30 feet tall. But
I didn't realize
yeah,
this thing was so big. Okay.
yeah. The statue's big. I like where your head's
Okay.
at.
When I said make a bigger rope, I'm joking.
Okay, well then in that case, I'll just try to use the mage hand to tie it around the dragon's leg.
Okay. I need a check for that, and I'm not sure what would be best to use. Just make like a dexterity check.
Okay.
Animal handling.
Animal handling.
That's a 9.
Okay, so your mage hand tries to go out and wrap it around, but it's like because it's only one hand, it like can't tie a knot because you need 2 hands to tie a knot, and so it
What if
just
you're
like
a floating hand?
it's like it just tries to like tie it, but it doesn't have like the dexterity to do that because it's one hand. And the rope falls to the ground around his ankle.
Oh, I've made too much of an investment in this.
Oh my god.
All right, Puff, you're next.
I do have a 50-foot hemp rope.
And if you tied onto our rope, we could say, "Ha, Zoo, we have a much longer rope than you'll ever have." And he crumbles
God.
into ash.
My only
My only weakness, a 90-foot rope.
Oh my gosh.
Just do it.
I'm
I dare you.
No.
I'm gonna use fucking worked last time. I'll do magic missile on the scales.
Okay. You do that. So roll for damage.
10.
Okay. So you hit and like a similar things happen where like cracks start to form as it hits and then the scale falls. And Zeus sees this and he tries to jump out of the way. And it just hits his tail. So you see as the scales hit the tail that some more golden ash like explode from him. And he takes a bunch more damage.
The scales have tipped in our favor.
Yeah. And as the scales fall too, you just hear.
Boo me.
No, that's pretty good.
Boo.
Catchphrases during battle is an admirable thing, I think.
True. It's
All
too
right,
obvious.
so Orc, you're next.
All right.
No more rope.
More rope?
Keep tossing rope.
No.
I don't think so, Henry. Is there anything else handy that could fall on him? Wait, did you say that the ground's like exploding around us now?
There's some holes in it. It's starting to crumble.
Does it feel like the whole building's gonna fall?
I mean, it feels sturdy. Like you can't feel like no, you can't tell that.
Well, then I'm just gonna take my great axe to him again.
Okay, do that.
That's 24.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, that hits. My God.
And then a 11.
Okay, 11 damage. Sweet. So you reach out with your great axe again and like slice his haunches, and you just see another gash appear with gold embers. And once you do that, Zoo like turns around at you and tries to swipe with his claw again. And he hits you, and you take 10 damage.
Ooh.
And make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh man, forgot about all this. This is a bad
Oh
idea.
shit! And this is bludgeoning damage, so it's only half taken for you.
Oh yeah,
I
because
just
I'm
realized.
raging.
Because of raging. That's pleasant.
So I need to add some of that back on.
Mm-hmm.
How much was the first one?
First one was 13, so basically you take 6 and 5, so it's only 11 damage total that you've taken.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So yeah, make a
Dexterity?
dexterity saving throw.
20.
20. Yeah, so you keep your balance. So after he swipes you with his claw, you see his head rear back, and you see this light start to form in his mouth, and he throws his head forward, and this big golden beam shoots out of his mouth. And all of you make a dexterity saving throw.
That's why I wanted to tie his mouth shut.
Dragons breathe stuff.
Yeah.
14.
20.
10.
Okay, so Orc and Puff, you take the full brunt of this thing. So you each take 16 points of damage. And
That is not
this
good.
is force damage. Yenri, you take 8 damage. You jump out of the way, and you just get scalded by it. And and as that beam goes out, it creates like a furrow of the gold. Like all the gold just sort of like melts beneath it and gets sprayed off to the side. So now there's just like this golden pathway that's leading to Zoo.
Follow the
So-
yellow brick road.
Into the dragon's mouth. So the building, you feel shake again, and you start to see outside that there's a lot of flames that are erupting outside of the building, and you start to hear more explosions and things, and some more of the floor starts to collapse beneath you, and Puff, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Oh, 6.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
The floor beneath you collapses, and you try to grab the edge of the floor where you're standing, and make another dexterity saving throw.
15.
Okay. So you're able to grab the edge of the floor as the floor collapses beneath you, and you just look down underneath you, and you can see the spiral staircase below you, but basically the entire floor of the spire beneath you is just on fire.
Oh.
And like some of the staircases collapsed, and the statue that's holding up the spiral staircase is just engulfed in flames.
Ah!
Yenri, I think the rope may help your plan.
I don't know about that, but
Unless you have another
no, I'm
plan.
just kidding. Yeah, no, the rope seems like it may finally pay off.
If
Is it my
you're
turn?
able to tie it yourself.
Yeah, so it's Yenri's turn.
Okay. I'll grab, the one end of the rope and run it over to Puff. And is there anything that I can tie it off to? Are there any, like, sconces on the wall or...
I mean, there's the like windows. There's basically like pillars that separate each like
Oh, yeah.
hole. That's the window.
There's a
Right.
throne.
Throne. Throne is like
Throne.
behind the dragon, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll tie it off to a window. Seems like a solid idea. Good thing I have a long-ass rope.
Yeah.
So I'll try to throw the one end to Puff, and then I guess use Mage Hand to see if I can tie it off to the nearest window.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check to see if you can like throw it to Puff.
Okay. It's a 21.
Okay. Yeah. You toss it like a Olympic rope throwing champion. And it
those exist.
Like a limp
and it
javelin.
lands right next to Puff's arms. And so that's like your like object interaction, and then you're able to send the mage hand to go tie off the rope on the other side onto one of those
Who has
window
now
pillars
figured
there.
out the trick of tying ropes as one hand.
Yeah. This time he's able to do it.
Yeah, 'cause he's not having to work
It's
against
it's
a
a
dragon.
much smaller pillar. Somehow that matters. So yeah, Puff, it's your turn now.
Oh, I will grab the rope and I will scurry up out of the hole.
Okay. And I'll say that you're able to do that. The rope's pretty easy to grab and for you to pull yourself out. And yeah,
Thanks.
you're standing above the hole now.
Phew. Do I get to do stuff now?
Yeah, you can use an action.
Oh, sweet.
Move a little bit.
Oh, cool. I will use the firebolt
Okay.
on that boy up there. And that is a 19.
Okay, that hits. Have you guys rolled under like a 19 for your attack rolls this entire time? It's all been like 20s and
Yeah,
24s.
I don't think so.
Nah, we're fucking
Been
good.
great. So good at this game.
Yeah.
Okay. 5.
So you raise your hand and shoot another pillar of fire at Zoo, and it goes and it hits him straight in the neck, and you see more gold ash fly out. And he's looking pretty like filled with like gashes and holes right now.
With
and
gases?
his gashes.
Gashes.
He's very
Gashes.
gaseous.
Yes.
Fire gives me gaze.
Yeah, so he's looking rough, and you just see like there's like smoke pouring out of his like the voids of his eyes, and he's breathing pretty heavily, and the glow of his like golden veins is starting to deteriorate as well. And with that, it is Orc's turn.
All right. I was debating trying to rip the crown off his head, but I feel like I just need to try to do a killing blow.
If you can climb up a dragon easily,
Probably not
that'd
easily.
be awesome.
I don't know. Should I try?
I put out my hands and lace my fingers, put it down, and be like, I'll give you a boost.
I have 2 daggers in my pack. Use them to scale the dragon.
Scale the dragon.
That won't take a long time at all.
Oh wait, he's like 60 feet tall, isn't he? So I couldn't even like
He's
get all the
30
way up.
feet, I think. Yeah, he's like Shadow of the Colossus.
I couldn't even get up there in one turn, really. All right, I'll just great axe him again. Try
Okay.
to deal that killing blow. All right. That is a 15.
Okay, so you take a swing with your axe, and
You have a bardic inspiration die.
Oh. Can I still use it? I forgot that I had that.
No one ever uses my things that I give them.
I didn't actually say it yet, so I guess technically that's fine. Screw it.
Yen-
Yeah.
Yenri
Henry
says,
interrupted
"Wait!"
before I swung my axe.
And I pull
Yeah.
out my loot and go, da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Give you a little boost.
What do I roll again?
It's a D6.
Okay. So originally I had a what? I had a
15.
15. Oh, and now it's a 21.
Okay, yeah. So you raise your axe right as Yenri plays a dope note on his guitar, and you come swinging down into his shin again, and roll for damage.
All right. 13.
13. Okay. So that gashes into again. You see that just like that cleaves like straight through his shin. And so he like falls down on this like stump of a leg, and there's just like golden ash like spewing from his leg. So he puts his claws on the ground and tries to raise his head, and he takes another giant puff of gold from his mouth, and he spews another breath attack at you guys. So make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. 20.
15.
13.
13. Okay, so Orc, you take the brunt of it, and you take 12 damage. The other 2 guys, you take 6 each.
Oof.
I am unconscious.
Oh, I'm down.
Me too.
Down for the count.
Oh no! It's just Yenri and his rope left.
All right.
Yenri and rope. Yenri and rope.
The dragon's still not dead?
No, he's looking bad right now. He's like panting. He's got his leg cut off. He's bleeding. So next is Yenri.
Fucking finish him.
Jesus.
You have one
But-
more vial.
Would it be an object interaction to just turn a vial upside down into Puff's mouth?
I think that's technically an action.
Okay. Let's see if we can take him down. Well, wait, no. Because if the whole place comes down, you guys are just going to fall into a pit of fire. I am going to run over. Who is closest to me?
That would be Puff.
Okay, as Orc is like at the foot of
Well-
the dragon.
Actually, yeah. How far are you? They're probably like equidistant from you.
I'll run to
You're
Orc.
kind of running away. Yeah.
Puff is passed out on a rope, so he's got a safety line.
Yeah. Holding in his
Yeah,
limp
but
hand.
my grip strength is not great right now.
Maybe it'll just wrap around your leg when you fall, and you'll be
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hold on tight, Puff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over to Orc and dive over in his general direction and cast Cure Wounds on his
Okay.
body.
Okay. Yeah. Roll for that health.
Okay. It's a D8. There it is. 8 points of
Okay.
health back
So
to Orc.
you regain 8 points of health.
Oh boy, it's like one dragon hit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yenri.
Orc, you gotta finish him for us.
All right.
So
Oh boy.
so Orc, it's your turn. Puff, you're unconscious, so. I accept.
Alrighty. I take my great axe and swing again, and I say,
Okay.
"Phenomenal cosmic powers!"
Activate.
He's still woozy from being passed out.
20.
Yeah, that hits.
Yes.
Man, oh man, you guys haven't missed like a single thing.
No. It's a 7. It's actually
7.
not too bad.
Okay.
That's with your +2 from raging.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So you, what do you want to hit?
The dragon.
Well, what part of the dragon? I know the dragon
I want to hit him in the ass.
in the ass.
Right up the dragon gooch.
All right. So you chop at his ass, which is his tail, really, and you sever a giant chunk out of it, and his like tail is just kind of like hanging by like a thread of like black sinew, and he's screaming out, and you see him just like cough up like gold blood, and he's just like sitting there super woozy, and he tries to bring a claw down on you, Orc. He's like really off kilter right now. And he hits you with this like limp claw attack and does 5 points of damage to you.
All right.
And next is Yenri.
Save me. Save me.
How far am I from Puff?
I mean, I guess you're 60 feet because Puff still like hasn't moved.
I cannot reach him, but
Can you pull the rope? To reel me in.
you're not like connected to it.
Yeah.
No, I'll just pull out my rapier because I only have 25 movement speed. Even if I dashed, I would still be 10 feet away from you. I'll pull out my rapier and just try to stab it up into the stomach of the dragon,
Okay, roll an attack roll.
New Hope style. 16.
Okay, so you take your rapier and you thrust it up into the dragon. You kind of hit between like two plates of his like stomach armor and feel it enter the fleshy part of his stomach and roll for damage.
Okay. And I add Dex 9.
9. Okay, so you sit there and you New Hope style thrust your rapier into his stomach, and from the area where you hit, you just see like gold light start to protrude, And then, like, out of all the wounds that you've created on this dragon, you start to see gold light emerge from it, and from his eyes, there's gold beams shooting out. And you just hear him, like, roar, just... And the light just explodes from his body in, like, this blinding shine. And then all of his skin just sort of erupts in a cloud of ash. And his bones fall to the ground, like scattering the coins beneath you. And you see the crown on his head, the veins that are like wrapped around his bones and skin, they just like reach back up into the crown, and it just falls and tumbles off of his head, and is laying on the ground by your slain foe.
Whoa! Nice, Henry! Damn, I wish
Thanks.
Puff was here to see this. I think Puff has missed the end of both of these big boss battles.
Yeah.
Puff is always dead. I jog back over to Puff and take out the last vial that's in my sock and pour it into his mouth.
That's exactly how the other battle ended.
You're damn right.
All right.
Am I alive?
Yeah, you're alive again.
I stand up and I'm like, did I win?
Yes, Puff.
You did it, Puff.
Oh, sweet. Just like the last time.
You just black out and go crazy and kill the boss every time.
Whoa.
It's great.
I should black out more often.
That's what I always say.
So you guys are standing there, and you hear another eruption of fire, and an area of like the wall of the spire on the other side of from when you guys are standing like collapses, and the roof collapses on that part too, and you just hear all the stone hit the floor that you're standing on, and then goes cascading over the side into like the burning city. And now there's this giant hole that's been created just looking out, and you just see fire erupting everywhere. But you also see that the dark clouds that were covering the city have begun to part, and you see blue sky and the sun in the distance shining in. And the sun is creating a beam of light that shines on that banner that was hanging from the statue's waist with the city of Zamtal symbol on it. And you notice a symbol of a sun suddenly appear at the center of the symbol of Zamtal, the circle with the dot on it. And it looks like the symbol is representing like a sun with the earth rotating around it. And so you've basically recovered the city from its bout of darkness. But the city's still on fire.
Yeah, what's left of it.
But
You're welcome, Zamtal.
Yeah. But so you also see that once the sun shines in and that symbol appears, like all of the black dust and ash that was covering the city sort of like evaporates into the air, and the city just looks like really, really old now. Like it looks like the ruins of a lost city, and even the area that you're standing in looks like crusty and old, and like it just transforms into like a millennia of age right in front of your eyes.
And all the magical ashen dust is just replaced with regular ashen dust.
Just regular dust.
Another job half done.
Let's grab the talisman and
Yeah, does this place still look like it's crumbling?
Yeah, it's definitely crumbling.
Yeah, or grab the crown.
got it. I'm gonna wear it.
Okay.
We don't
All right.
know what that will do.
So you pick up the crown and you see the big black jewel on it. But you also notice that there is a smaller golden jewel that's embedded above it that kind of just like melded in with the gold of the crown.
Okay.
And so these two items are what you see on the crown.
It's like welded in.
Yeah, they're inset, so not necessarily welded.
Feel like you want me to do something with those, but I kind of want to just wear my crown like
You
Aladdin.
definitely wear the crown, yeah.
No, I'll take the jewels out.
Okay, roll a strength check.
21.
Okay, so you're able to pry the 2 jewels out of the crown and hold them in your hand.
Do I feel anything?
No, you don't feel anything.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just go get my immovable rod and
Oh, good call.
And let's use the rope.
just hang above the fire
No,
until
we can
someone
climb down.
rescues us.
Yeah, maybe. We can climb down a decent way. Actually, there's a better option. Let's untie the rope so we can take our rope with us.
Okay.
But then I got Featherfall, and I have 1 spell slot left. So we can jump and float down out of this tower slowly into the fire.
Yeah.
Or if there's a spot where there's not fire, we can try to aim for it.
Let's look out through this opening and see if there's anything to be seen out there.
Yeah.
So you look out upon the city, and you see that there's flames everywhere, but they do seem to be like calming, like they're slowly getting smaller. But you're seeing a bunch of stone in the spire that you're standing on still like falling, like the tower is crumbling.
Does it look like we can feather fall out this hole and onto the
I
ground?
mean, you can definitely jump off the edge for sure.
Yeah, and there's not just fire below us.
I mean, there is fire below you, but
I got a water skin. I can drain some water on it as we go down.
I don't know if that's how physics works.
I think it is.
You can drench yourself on the way down.
Wait, so do we
No,
have
we
to
got
go...
Featherfall. We're falling slower than water would.
I want to inspect the jewels that I just removed quickly.
okay. So you look at the jewels, and the black one, like it has like 0 shine to it. It's like this matte black jewel. The golden one, it looks like there's like kind of like a liquid spinning inside of it that's just rotating slowly.
I smash it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I try to smash it.
All right, you hurtle it against the ground, and it just doesn't do anything. Like, it's fine.
And I go, stop that.
All right. All right, let's jump.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's run and jump, and I'll cast Featherfall after we get out there, and we can try to dive glide as far away from this tower as we can.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you cast Featherfall just in the Y axis? So we can
I
just
think that's how it.
float forward.
We keep our forward momentum,
yeah.
but not
I mean,
our
I think
downward.
that's how it works.
Yeah, I would say that's how it works.
Yeah.
Your rate of descent slows to 60 feet per second.
Fucking
so.
sweet.
Yeah, it just fights gravity.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
That's fun.
So, yeah, take a run and jump.
Human hang
Cool.
glide
Let's-
our way
You
out of
gotta
here.
fall with style.
Yeah. So
Ha-ha!
you guys back up and you run to the edge of the spire and jump off of it, and Yenri casts Featherfall, and you basically start like being Mary Poppins, just flying over the flaming city. And so you're basically falling like 10 feet per second, which is pretty slow, actually. This tower's tall. This tower's really tall. So you jump out of it and you just start floating across the city as you watch it like slowly burn. But you see some areas start to be extinguished, and you look behind you and you see the entire spire collapse behind you into just this pile of rubble and dust that spews into the air. And as it does that, it creates this giant wind gust that expands out from like the central area of the spire and seems to extinguish most of the flames that are going through the city. And suddenly it's just quiet, and you just hear the wind blowing and the sun is shining above you, and you're just floating out towards the gate of the city. And because the tower was so tall, you're basically able to soar for that entire minute all the way to the edge of the gate, and you're able to just plop down right on the edge. And you guys walk through the iron gates, and you're standing on the ledge of the city of Zamtal. And in front of you, you can see in the distance the pirate ship of Captain Kudos coming at you. And you can hear just like subtle screams from that distance as the pirate ship slowly moves in your direction.
Like scared
happy
screams?
screams?
Like, sorry, like cheers of joy. That was really ambiguous. Help! Yeah, that was really ambiguous.
Don't get a break.
Yeah, I am looking forward to a nap on that pirate ship.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a good old milk. What do they call those? The beer milk
Mead?
combos?
The
Oh, wait, that's not milk.
Powder
That's
keg.
mead.
Powder keg?
no, the powder
Powder
keg.
keg.
a powder
I'm looking
keg.
forward to a nice powder keg when we get back on that boat.
Drink a powder keg, watch some Aladdin, and take a nap.
We'll have to cast some pirates real quick and teach them the script, and
Yeah, I'm sure Captain Kudo's crew knows it. It's a pirate play.
fair enough. I'm looking forward to it.